Alright guys, RoKage here and welcome back to the brand new video. Here we are, Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade will be the topic. On today's video, I will deliver a guide how to beat all limited time floors for the month of June. So we're gonna start from floor 1 and we're gonna go until floor 5. If you have any questions, please put it in the comment section below. This is pre-recorded image, so now currently it's paused. I will click now play and let me start. Before I start with the actual run of floor 1, let me explain the team. So I'm using the main expansion Gojo as a support. You will see like he's doing insanities like always. The recollection beat to buff his ultimate gauge. Then we're using Yaga for the buffs. Recollection beat to buff the ultimate gauge. Then we're using Toge Inumaki for the damage reduction and buffing the ultimate gauge. And as well we're using recollection beat that we force enemies so they attack Toge Inumaki because I want him dead. You will see. Then we have Yuta with Pride, and then in the back Momo with healing recollection beat. We're gonna use every single unit. Okay, so let me start. This is the floor 1. Pretty much how we start. Okay, pretty straightforward. So we immediately start with the with the recollection beat and the skill 2. This is during the live stream, so probably I was talking something, but anyways, we're gonna start with the skill 2 here. Okay, then we're gonna go buff the ultimate gauge, start buffing everyone and using the skill 2 from Toge. Here I even forgot to use now immediately the recollection beat from Toge, but it doesn't matter. Maybe it's better on a second turn, I don't remember. Okay, so pretty straightforward. With Yuta, I'm using skill 1 for now. I want to save that curse energy. Okay, again, I'm using skill 2 with Gojo, going skill 1. I'll use now recollection beat, and here now I will use skill 2 from Yuta. Yuta is amazing for this. His skill 2 will do a solid damage because we have the main boss, but we wanna get rid of this side bosses that are pretty annoying. Again, I saved some curse energy, so I have the heal. Then skill 2, more buffs with Yaga, ultimate with Toge, and then another skill 2 with Yuta. Okay, currently now we're completely dominating. This will be super easy with this team, by the way. Okay, Yuta, boom. And now we have only one main boss, but he summons again his team. Okay, and now with this time we use the most powerful support ultimate in the game, which is the main expansion Gojo, and immediately we're gonna use Yuta because Gojo is applying huge increased damage taken to enemies, and it is perfect that I use Yuta immediately here. No point of waiting Pride, so you can accumulate 2 buffs. It's fine, we do massive damage right here. Okay, then we do the cooperative ultimate, of course. Boom, GG. And now we continue. Okay, so what we do now, he will heal even more. Again, Toge, ideally he should have died already in a way, but it's even better because like this, man, I could. Okay, currently now, yeah, both Yuta and the main expansion Gojo cannot use the ultimate, so I've done the right move. I'm using now the ultimate from Yuta, and then skill 3 from Yuta is now doing massive damages right here. Skill 1 with Gojo, we're gonna buff that we're gonna go with skill 1 with Toge, use the recollection beat and go with Pride and skill 2 from Yuta, and that's pretty much that. GG. Okay, so sorry, I didn't even use Momo here. I totally forgot. If Toge dies, you're gonna use Momo, you're gonna buff this furthermore, and you're gonna destroy anyway. So even if Toge dies, which is the initial strategy here, but it's fine. He survived until the end. We can now buff the ultimate gauge even furthermore, but this is pretty much the finishing move for the floor 1. Floor 1 is super simple if you have the main expansion Gojo and Yuta. Here I'm pausing this for a moment. We're now facing floor 2. type advantage, we have green typings, so I will use Mahito. I could have used Hollow Purple Gojo, etc., but I absolutely love using the main expansion Gojo, so this is the strategy I'm going with. So Yaga for the buffs, again, Recollection Beat to buff the ultimate guide. We have Gojo with free-to-play Recollection Beat. Then we have Toga, again, pretty much the same strategy. I just switched Yuta and Mahito, and that's pretty much it. So Mahito with Pride, and let's go. Okay, so pretty much you will see I'm using super similar teams. I'm only switching pretty much the DPS characters here. Floor 4 was the hardest floor for me, and floor 3. Okay, everything else is pretty straightforward. I mean, even floor, like, it's not easy, but it's not the biggest deal if you have the unit. So immediately we start with buffing, using the Recollection Beats, buffing the ultimate guide, and as well using Pride on Mahito and skill 2. So we buff that ultimate guide even furthermore. Okay, that's pretty much that. First, we want to destroy not Mushroom, but that other curse creature. Okay, first we want to destroy this because he's doing massive damages, and then Mushroom is super tanky, you will see. But this team just works, and Mahito is a must-have free-to-play unit, okay? Must-have, like everyone is using it, pay-to-win players, etc. And he will be a crucial element to beat floor 4, at least with my strategy. I saw certain people like finishing all of this with Sukuna. It is doable, but I went with a little bit diversity, multiple strategies, etc. So we just keep on buffing here, using the skill 2 of the main expansion Gojo and waiting until the ultimates are ready to go. So currently now I can use the main expansion Gojo. Always put the main expansion Gojo up front Mahito, so he doesn't overlaps the main expansion, etc. So yeah, we're gonna go like this, boom. Mahito mainly targeting that black creature, and that's pretty much that. We're gonna destroy here, do massive damages, of course. Beautiful. Now Mahito, you will see doing huge damage, pretty much one-shotting, practically almost. And now we're gonna do a few more attacks, and that first enemy will be done. Okay, the second Mushroom is more annoying. And now we can go with the ultimate. I will use both ultimates. Yeah, here I believe. So I apply some debuffs on the Mushroom so I can do more damage. That is a crucial thing, that you attack here in balance, okay? Here I'm going with the ultimate, of course, and then skill 3 on the Mushroom. No, I'm using it on the back enemy. Okay, we're gonna see how this works. These debuffs that Yaga applied will be here for 2 turns, so we're chilling. Beautiful double stun, and as well, Momo is removing that ultimate gauge, 1 point at least, which is perfect. And now we can literally focus. Skill 3, boom. Yeah, it's pretty much done. It's pretty much done. Okay, so let me keep on buffing. Boom, skill 1, then more buffs here, and then using Pride, hopefully, and skill 3 on the Mushroom. It's super important that I maximize the damage now on the Mushroom, because if I don't do that, I will lose. Because, bro, such a tanky unit. Okay, buff. We can go with AoE, which will be perfect. I can now buff the ultimate gauge and double checking that. Skill 2, boom. And more buffs with Momo and using skill 1 from Mahito, even though I could have used skill 2. It would be better, but okay. I mean, still I'm doing massive damage here with skill 1, actually is fine. Okay, and now we want to break it. It's crucial. Now after the main expansion has left, we need to break it ASAP, okay? Because now it is super tanky, okay? And now I pray that, yeah, I will have the ultimate with the main expansion Gojo. That's really good. And now pretty much I'm using skill 1 until from Mahito until fill my ultimate gauge again. So now I'm using domain expansion, of course, using the ultimate from Momo, of course, and now skill 2 from Mahito. Okay, like this, I will get that ultimate as soon as possible. I'll use one more ultimate, and it will be GG. Okay, again, domain expansion Gojo here. What a unit! What a unit! All of these levels would be so problematic, but still, I believe it will be doable. But annoying, you need to use the stall team and everything else. I absolutely hate using stall teams. Absolutely hate you. I'm going more like this DPS, strategy of buffing, trying to survive and find the best strategy. But yeah, I respect stalling strategies. I just don't like them, okay? So boom, now we apply again many debuffs from Yaga. Gojo is doing beautiful damage. He's leaving now, bye-bye. And now soon, I'm just literally waiting. I can heal up with Momo Recollection Beat. And now I'm just waiting until my Mahito is ready to go, okay? So boom, we can buff the ultimate gauge furthermore. Use skill 2, perfect. And now I believe I'll have the ultimate. So we're gonna use now the ultimate, and then I believe on 16th turn I finish this. We're gonna see now. Going immediately with the ultimate. Beautiful break. I mean, not a break, but soon it will be done. Really close. His HP is super low, but you can see how tanky it is. It's super tanky, but now it will be GG. And that is oh man, and that's it. A little bit more damage. I was like, will you die, please? Will you die? Yeah, you will. Okay, GG. So that is floor 2 for you guys, okay? Now we go to the floor 3. This is something I've done on my phone, so that's why you're gonna see a little bit different resolution and all of that. But nevertheless, this is the floor 3. So we're gonna use blue attribute has advantage. So of course I'm gonna use Sukuna. So we're gonna use Yaga, domain expansion Gojo, Toge, Sukuna, and then Momo. Here we have a little bit different situation. I placed on Momo the SR Recollection Beat that can buff the damage tremendously. And this is something that we'll have to use, okay? This is a little bit sketchy run. Super tanky character, you will see. So we have two opponents. First, we want to take destroy that bird, and we will. So we go buff AoE with Gojo, skill 2 from Toge Inumaki, and then going with Pride and skill 2 from Sukuna. I will pretty much spam the skill 2 here until his ultimate is ready to go. That is one of the key things that I've noticed here. I could have went with skill 1, buff that ultimate gauge, blah 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 blah, but mainly I want a nuke. So I'm buffing my Sukuna as much as possible. They're also applying damage dealt decrease to us, okay? Keep that in mind. So it's a pretty sketchy run. Currently now we're doing literally 0 damage. Still 0 damage. Okay, my Toge Inumaki died, and that's good. This is something that I wanted, so I can use more buffs from Momo. So we buff skill 2, and then another skill 2 from the Sukuna. Maybe I'll use skill 3 before the ultimate. That is possibility. We're gonna see what I will do. You're gonna see. Now when I use domain expansion Gojo, it will be perfect. So skill 1 with Yaga here, domain expansion Gojo, ultimate, more buffs with Momo. And then I went here with skill 3 or skill 2 from Sukuna. You can also, I believe, go with skill 3. You can play around. But we still don't have enough curse energy, I would say. Yeah, so I went with skill 2. It's better. Now I have curse energy 90. Now I could use the skill 3 from Sukuna. You will still do massive damage, but the ultimate is ready to go. So of course I will use the ultimate here. So Yaga, We're gonna go for him, even though should have went maybe for the bird, just because then I can apply all the debuffs. But okay, as you can see, Sukuna is doing massive damage here, pretty much practically one-shotting that black bird. Still not, but close. I believe if we apply the Yaga debuff, it will be one shot, okay? And now the damage over time will do the rest to the black bird, right? To that enemy. We can chill. Okay, here now I'm buffing, I'm using Pride and then skill 2 on the main opponent, okay? Boom, we're going AoE, beautiful buffs, that's pretty much the finisher. We're stunning, which is perfect, and doing massive damage from Sukuna. I mean, we're having here insane debuffs, so that's why I'm saying massive damages, because we would do so much bigger damage if we didn't have those debuffs, etc. Now I'm gonna go with skill 3. And with all the buffs applied, I believe we're gonna do a solid damage here. Oh, we done 0 damage. Yeah, sometimes that also happens. I believe because of those damage reductions that stacked or something like that, I didn't fully figure it out why sometimes do 0 damage. But now we started to do big damage. Okay, skill 3 again. Now I don't have a lot of curse energy, so I'll definitely stop using the skill 3. We're using skill 3 from Gojo, and we'll go one more time, okay? Because of the buffs that I have applied, even though I'm low on curse energy. Yeah, 0 damage, okay? Now pretty much the main expansion Gojo is leaving in 2 turns. Unfortunately, I won't be able to use one more time his ultimate, which would be perfect. I use now skill 2 from the main expansion Gojo, so I get some damage reduction. I mean, so he's doing less damage with the ultimate, but that wasn't applied, so forget about that. Okay, skill 2 again from Sukuna. I got lucky he went for Gojo and then Momo here. That's a huge deal. We're doing that damage over time, which is crucial. By the way, I saw people saying me in the chat when I was live streaming that they managed to beat this with Blue Gojo as well. So Sukuna is not a must. But of course, I'm gonna beat it with Sukuna. Okay, and now I have 2 more characters. Everyone died, and pretty much now I will go skill 1. Nah, skill 2, yeah, smart. So I'll still use skill 2. Buff, waiting until until the Sukuna has the ultimate, okay? That's what we're gonna do here. Yeah. I had to do this, so I stopped him from his ultimate, and then I'm using skill 3 from Sukuna. Okay. Boom. I stopped his ultimate. That's a huge deal. Doing a solid damage, and the ultimate is ready to go. Okay. As you can see, it's like every attack he does, it's a huge damage. So now I'll go skill 2, ultimate, and GG. Okay. Actually, I believe it won't be at GG, but it will be super close. Yeah, it's annoying bastard, but DOT damage over time will completely dominate here. And again, I got pretty lucky here. Yeah, this could have went both ways, honestly. I believe I could have played it better, but it was just like one of few runs that that was my 2nd or 3rd run on this floor, by the way, so it can always be better, but I'm happy. 16 turns. It took me longer than it should, but at the end of the day, I'm happy. I managed to complete it. Okay. And now, guys, we're gonna have 2 more floors. Okay, one more floor is sketchy, which is floor. Let me skip this part a little bit. Okay, this is the floor 4. Okay, here's tricky, but this is the strategy that I will use. I decided to not use the main expansion Gojo and Anniversary Tadori. As well, I am not using Sukuna So this is pretty straightforward. Everyone should be able to do this. So we have Yaga with Recollection Bit above the ultimate gauge. We have Yuki with the Recollection Bit above the damage. Mahito with Recollection Bit for evasion, for forcing. It's to force enemies for 3 turns, so they attack Mahito. Then we have Gojo with non-standard, yellow, Teen Gojo. And then right here we have Kanto. I will show you now here the skills as well. And let's go. Kanto is using the Recollection Beat. When you apply that, it draws the opponent attack and as well applies evasion, so it will be helpful. So let me start, and then the final floor will be super easy with Sukuna. Okay. So here we start buffing the ultimate gauge, buffing the curse energy, using the skill 2 from Mahito, super important. And we start with Teen Gojo using skill 1. We're gonna use skill 1 like 2 times, 2-3 times, I will see, I cannot remember. I believe 2 times, and then I went with the buffs of his attack, and then the ultimate will do massive damages. Okay, and Mahito is crucial here for the breakage. It immediately, when he uses his domain expansion, he immediately breaks the main boss. I mean, it's obvious who is the main boss here. So we focus on the main boss. His backup will die with the ultimate one-shot, so no worries. Okay. We have enough of cursed energy because of Yuki. Yeah, now I start using the buffs from Gojo. I'll do that for 2 turns now. Boom, okay, they went for Mahito, which is beautiful. Now we go with more buffs. We use the ultimate. We still don't use the ultimate, sorry, yes, because I'm waiting so my Gojo ultimate is ready, of course. And now we're gonna use Yuki, Mahito, and Gojo ultimate, okay? And of course, Yuki's Recollection Beat to buff the damage furthermore. So we use this, we go Recollection Beat, ultimate, Mahito ultimate, and then non-standard with the Gojo ultimate as well. So you will see we're gonna do massive damage. The run looks super simple like this, you're gonna see, but that main boss will be super tanky. Like, until you break him, he is just too tanky, okay? So the breakage for that boss is a must. And that's what Mahito can do, and this is what he's done here. So now the Gojo will pretty much kill the backup, and only the main boss will stay. Still, we're gonna do also massive damage here with all the buffs that we applied. Boom. I was thinking, bro, this is easy. But now we need to do as big damage as possible. So, Yaga's ultimate to apply all the debuffs. Now, Mahito, don't use skill 3. Skill 3 won't do big damage. Skill 1, skill 2 is doing big damage here. And of course, using the skill 3 from Gojo. Again, I will do the same thing. Still, I won't use the Recollection Beat to buff the ultimate gauge. Now, what we're gonna do? So, skill 3 with Gojo, and that's pretty much the damage we done here. Now, his break gauge will come back. And it's awful when that happens, okay? Most of the damage will just go away that you're gonna do. That's why we need to break it. So, we wait now until I can again build the ultimate gauge with my Mahito. We're using the skill 2 from Gojo, just so if they target Gojo, he won't take any damage, etc. Some RNG here as well, keep that in mind. So for 2 more turns, I cannot buff the Mahito's ultimate gauge, okay? So I'm going skill 2 with Yaga, Yuki again, the energy like usual, and skill 1 with Gojo, because I want to get that possible provocation and as well get that ultimate. So now we still buff. Now we use the Kanto because Yuki died. I'm using the Recollection Beat from Kanto, so they target him, plus he will have evasion. Plus, like this, I'm getting more buffs. Okay, perfect. My Yaga is gonna die. I'm super lucky that he didn't die. Now I apply all the buffs as much as possible. Boom, boom, boom. And now you would say, okay, let me use the ultimate from Gojo. That would be a crucial mistake. Wait until Mahito gets his ultimate. Wait until he can use his ultimate, and then you're gonna destroy. I just went here with buff, buff, buff. Yeah, also skill 1 because I won that provocation. But that didn't happen because of dodge and everything else. Okay, my Kanto unfortunately died. And now I have like one more turn, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, he didn't. That was nice. That was nice. And now we go with the main expansion with Mahito, and then ultimate with Gojo, and that's it. Mahito again instantly breaks this. This is a crucial thing. Crucial. Without this breakage, you're in a big problem. And yeah, Mahito pretty much killed this. So the main character here is Mahito, but again, without Gojo damage, you won't be able to do this, of course. Gojo and Mahito, such a stupidly broken combination for this run. Okay, and now we have floor 5. We'll use pretty much usual strategy like we done on floor 1, I believe, or something like that. Here I've done a mistake at the same time, so I wanted to switch my recollection bit on Toge with Momo, okay? Just so you know, because I didn't now even use Toge in Maki recollection beat, but it doesn't matter. So Yaga, Toge, the main expansion Gojo, Sukuna, and then Momo. That's pretty much the strategy. This is the level of the skills. And we can go. This is pretty straightforward. Even I used the wrong recollection beat on Toge, etc. We're gonna completely dominate here. I'm not sure we'll even use Momo. I believe so. I can't remember, okay? So let me beat this. Pretty much we are focusing on Jogo here. Everyone else will just die when we use the ultimate from the Sukuna, of course. And now we go with the same strategy. Buff, buff, buff. Pride, skill 2 with Sukuna. Everything else the same. So boom, buffing the ultimate guide, getting that damage reduction, and slowly building to the point where I'm gonna do massive damage, okay? So we do. They do a lot of damage. But it doesn't matter. Skill 2. Now we're gonna go skill 1, skill 2, and then again skill 2 for buffing the Sukuna. We can literally spam that skill without any issue here. We don't need to use skill 1. You're just losing the buffs. So you're chilling. In certain, here it is. So Toge died, which is actually perfect. And now I can get even more buffs. Okay, so Momo, Yaga. Here I can heal. Actually, Momo can have that recollection beat, but on Toge, you could use something else, but it's fine. Okay, boom. Now already we're doing a pretty solid AoE damage with Gojo as well. Sukuna already doing massive damage here. And now we can use Yaga ultimate. We're gonna apply the debuffs for 2 turns, which is perfect for Sukuna. This is what I was double checking. Is it for 2 turns? Yes, it is. We go for the main character buffs, the main expansion, skill 2. Maybe I'll go skill 3 here. You can't really play around like this, but I went for skill 2. Boom, and now Gojo. Gojo makes the life simple. Okay, boom. And now they're gonna do that cooperative ultimate. Boom. And of course, after this turn, look how big of a damage already with skill 2 Sukuna is doing. I should have used skill 3, but okay. We're gonna go now with the main expansion with Sukuna. We're gonna do big damage. We're gonna practically destroy everything here. Boom, 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 boom. I believe, yeah, it got a break as well. Jesus. And as well damage over time. So it's over. Floor 5 is super simple if you have Sukuna and the main expansion Gojo, which most players have, because we saved for this, we summoned for this, and that's pretty much GG. Okay, guys, I hope you did enjoy it. Leave a like, subscribe. This is the full guide how to beat all 5 floors for the June, limited time floors for the June. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Leave a like, subscribe. Of course, your opinions in the comment section below. Questions. If you have more variations how you completed certain floor, put it in the comment section below because people would love that. Okay, that's it. Love ya. And